Metal Nation, it is I, Tim. This is Podcast Them Down. That's Mike. And today we are doing another metal promo review where we read metal promos that have been sent to us and decide how many ears we will be dedicating to said item being promo. And, you know, I say that every time and I feel like it's lost all meaning. So to explain it again, I'll read this and then we'll make fun of it. All right.
Yeah, it's about right.
Here we go. Oh, wait. You need to see it, don't you? There you go.
I do.
There you go. All right.
Ooh.
SITH'ARI unleashes debut EP Before the Dawn and CD pre-order from Ethanol Studio out May 30th. Okay, these are old. Give me a break.
The album art isn't in focus. They needed to do something different than what they did. It looks like, you know how when stuff is printed and like clearly there's like a blue layer and a red layer, but they get out as
like old newspapers.
Yes, that's what it looks like.
All right. So it's SITH'ARI. You want to guess what country they're from? You're muted if you're saying anything.
Wait, yeah. The United States.
Yes. Very good. Did you look that up or did you guess? All right.
No, it was a different stereotype that I used.
I see it. All right. Well, using that same stereotype, you want to guess what state it is?
Texas.
Good guess, but no. You're too far south.
Oh, Kansas?
Yeah, you are in the right ballpark. It is Iowa.
Ooh. The home home of American heavy metal.
SITH'ARI, the Iowa USA black metal side project for both Lord Kafir of Nedach and Pathos of Symphony of Heaven and Satan Destroyer, that's a sentence that's in here, announces the release of their debut EP Before the Dawn, unleashed digitally on April 23rd, with a physical release on CD on May 30th, 2025 via their indie label Ethanol Studio.
Ethanol.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of corn in Iowa. All right, figure this one out. Melancholic but uplifting, fast, and atmospheric. This is all things that can't exist together. So it was very, very weird.
All I heard was butt up, and I just sort of tuned in.
Melancholic, butt up, lifting, but uplifting, fast and atmospheric. The EP is a more riff-oriented sound usually associated with most black metal.
Okay.
Black metal doesn't have riffs. I mean, like, most of it, like, I'm thinking 90s mayhem. There's not really riffs. There's maybe like tremolo pick notes and chords. It's not really. When I think riffs, I think thrash. Yeah. You know, maybe they're going to like first wave black metal, and maybe I'm overthinking it. I don't know. We haven't even made it a third into this. I'll stop interrupting myself and I'll just start reading. All right. Lord Kafir writes the riffs on guitar and a drum machine, then sends them to Pathos to get his interpretation to create a record that's a mishmash of influences from different readings of history books, experiencing harsh winters in Iowa and Indiana, and fantasy stories, games, and movies. Lord Kafir had other music in him that just wasn't typical death metal, and Pathos was brought in because he wanted to play in a specific black metal band that didn't deny him from his religious point of view. The band comments, who knows? The band comments, quote, Satanic War Master was a bit darker, added a dash of Gorgoroth, and just a dash of Immortal. That describes the sounds. Themes are much more in touch with fans of later-day Bathory and Immortal. From beginning to end, this EP will leave you wanting more. Fantastic record that caters to all fans of black metal who want something melodic, fast, and relentless. Recommended for fans of Gorgoroth, Immortal, Satanic War Master, Finn, and Sargeist. Before the Dawn is now streaming. And then there's no Bandcamp. So is it Christian black metal?
Yeah, is it white metal?
Yeah.
That's opposite of black metal.
It's melancholic but uplifting.
Rays of light from the sun reveal this covered world, knee-high snow imperfection. Let's see. Yeah.
All right, track list. track listing.
Yeah.
Oh, did you find something?
I'm just looking at the lyrics, and the only thing I have is that they capitalized Lord in one of the lyrics.
Well, I don't know. They also capitalized the incorrectly. Who knows?
Just every other letter.
Track listing. Chaos in the skies. Before the dawn, conquer the wild. Hail victory. The everlasting hunt. EP length 30 minutes 47 seconds. Hey, guess what? That's album length if you go by Slayer's Rain and Blood. So
Hey, you might as well make that an album at this point.
yeah, throw one more song on there and you can press it on vinyl, call it an album. Anyway,
Throw an outro on there.
Written, produced, mixed, and mastered by Lord Kafir. I love drinking Kafir, that yogurt drink. Artwork by Matt Prizo. Band lineup. Oh God, this is interesting. Lord Kafir. Guitar, bass, vocals. Pathos, drums. It specifically said Lord Kafir. Didn't it specifically say that Lord Kafir wrote the drum lines and then sent them? Yeah. He wrote a drum machine and then sent them to, here you go, ass. Play this.
When you're trying to sound epic, you don't want like that level of detail. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I put this into Ableton Live. I put it through Superior Drummer. I clicked a bunch of notes and MIDI.
I performed it on the keyboard and then I selected all and quantized it. Black metal. All right. It's ethanolstudio.bandcamp.com.
Oh, ethanol.
Yeah, they don't have it doesn't say Christian death metal anymore. They also have something called Desecration of the Failed Religion Parts 1 and 2. Who knows? Like, is he uber satanic, or is he like, and they're like, oh, it's too satanic for us, or is it like,
somehow I doubt that one.
or is it like, you're too Christian? All right, Satan Watches My Earthly Soul is another album they have for sale. Ethanol Studios, as well as Are the False Witch. I'm trying not to get demonetized so early.
Ethanol Studios.
It's one studio.
Okay. Oh, Ethanol Studio. There you are.
I don't know. Who knows? Will we ever know?
Well, I mean, that looks pretty satanic, that one.
Persecuting War Hymns by Nedach. Pretty satanic. So, I don't know. Just come out and say it. Don't beat around the bush, because we've spent too much time wondering what's going on.
I almost wish he hadn't said anything about it, because now I'm trying to figure out what the issue is.
Right. It's like, you're too something for us, so you have to team up with a guy a couple states away.
You're too Wiccan. God damn it.
All right, so the artwork is, I don't know, it looks like a low resolution photo of a painting that's probably public domain, and I don't know, it looks like war, but it has an angel, pool cues or something into the sky, and it's cloudy, and it has their logo with it's like a very short drop shadow. And it says before the dawn, the is capitalized, and some kind of effect on it, and it's just, so it looks like a bath. It looks like they're trying to go Bathory.
I mean, I don't dislike the art. I think it looks all right.
All right, and then the two there's since they're states away, there's the drummer who gets told what to do, and then the other guy who writes everything. One, it looks like a failed corpse paint job where he ended up smearing the black part all over his face.
Yeah. Oh no.
And he looks angry. I don't think it's blackface, if that's where you're going.
That's what dude, you really gotta be careful with the corpse paint, man.
Right. And then Mr. Cowboy on the
so what do y'all want to do? You want to wait beneath the what?
This song here is about Satan.
Wait, ain't y'all milking your cows before the dawn? What? I mean, I guess. Right. I don't know. You're paying me. It's fine.
Well, I will give this half an ear.
Yeah, it doesn't look glaringly bad or anything. It's just,
Hopefully they hit the battery thing they were going for. In which case it would be good, which is why I would.
Yeah.
All right, next. Goat Blood.
Goat. Hey. There's a band called Goat's Blood, and they're much
Two words? Because this is one word, Goat Blood.
It's one word, Goat's Blood.
Oh, they should tour with Goat Blood.
They just call it Goat, a paren S. Paren Blood.
Goat Blood released new album Mysticism of Unholy Cries, German bestial black metal outfit. Yeah, there's a lot of black metal this time. I don't know what it is about summer. That's when all the black metal comes out, it seems like. Because they spent all winter being evil and grim, and it's my guess.
I love this art. I'm sorry.
Oh, we'll get there. German bestial black metal outfit Goat Blood returned with their new full-length album Mysticism of Unholy Cries, out now through Astral Nightmare Productions. Recorded with raw intent and cloaked in a cold, sinister atmosphere, the album offers 9 new tracks of pure chaos and hate. Staying true to their roots, Goat Blood channeled the spirit of bands like Arch Goat. Man, they love goats. Beherit, Revenge, Sadomator. Is that like a tomato? Give me some.
Isn't that one of the
tomatoes?
one of the guys in Cars?
An early Dark Throne. I'm trying to pronounce it with my Norwegian accent. An early Dark Throne, crafting a sound that feels both relentless and uncompromising. Mysticism. I like how they have turned. I'm going to read this sentence, but I want you to notice how they have turned a liability into a positive. They turned it around. Mysticism of Unholy Cries is available now, limited to just 300 CD copies, because that's the lowest limit you can get CDs pressed, by the way. It doesn't say that, but I happen to know that, because you'll never guess. It wasn't Eisenmore, but one of our many groups pressed exactly 3D copies of. But I like how they turned it around and said, that's it. It's black metal. All right, that's the whole promo. So this is astralnightmare.bandcamp.com. All right, the artwork is great. So it's a line drawing of a ghoul, or like I don't know,
like an evil leprechaun. It looks like,
yeah, with fangs, right, and white eyes,
claws,
and wearing a tattered robe. He is atop a demon horse with satanic leather armor.
It's the horse's teeth that I can't stop looking at.
The horse also has fangs, as horses often do.
It just looks like surprised. I don't know.
Well, it could be mid-sneeze if its eyes were closed, but its eyes are open.
It's like, I don't know. You're a ghoul. You're on a satanic horse. You're gonna. I mean, I'm imagining the situation where this guy's like, all right, let me put the armor on. You know, there's a lot of effort.
I like how the guy has spiked knee pads.
Yeah, it's just a lot of unnecessary.
And he's drawn his sword, although I'm not exactly sure how, because the sword is in his right hand, but his scabbard is also on the right side. So that means he pulled it. Usually your scabbard's on the opposite side of the sword, the sheath.
So he's a lefty.
Right. So maybe he pulled it out. He pulled it out with his left hand and then switched hands.
Right. Like Americans do with the knife and the fork when you're eating.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like this logo. This logo is great.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's like, picture Goat Blood, but all in capitals in an Old English font, right? But then, like Metallica, the first and last letter bigger. All right, now add spikes to everything where they don't belong. All these letters are curvy, so they're like, make it spiky. And then they added bat wings below it and inverted crosses on it and a pentagram and goat horns. And yeah, it's very good. It's not bloody, but it is goaty and satanic. So high marks. And then they just pull the old black metal cliche of putting the album title correctly capitalized, I might add.
Yeah.
At the bottom in Old English font. There you go.
Okay, so looking at Metal Archives, I'm very
Yeah.
interested I'm interested in what. Okay, they're not here. Maybe there is a band called Goat Blood, but they don't list. They don't list this album, and they're also from Australia. So this
Yeah, that's
band
not the right goat blood. It's the other goat blood.
So they're from
Germany.
Okay, so there's no German Goat Blood here.
I found one.
Did you?
Yeah, it's one word.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Second result. Goat blood, black death metal from Germany.
Oh, I'm looking up album titles.
There's your problem.
I did it all. Well, okay. There's also the True Goat Blood, which I love. But they're the French one. I see you.
Here are the band names that I don't know why the band member names, which should have put in the promo if you ask me. Satanic Death Vulva on bass, vocals, and guitar. Reverend Slayer on drums and vocals. Silence on bass.
Okay, you know what?
I see. Satanic Death Vulva, everyone knows him. He switched to vocals and guitar after in 2020, it appears.
You know
Oh,
what?
they switched. Can they do that? They can't do that.
I'm gonna like usurp this because I think the True Goat Blood has way better member names.
They're from France. All right, what are they?
It's Cryptic Goat Hammer,
What is a goat hammer?
Mutilated Archangel, Imperial Decimator, and then the best one is Sire Smegma.
Smegma? All right, winner. All right, I'm sorry, Goat Blood, but the True Goat Blood has better names than you.
I give Goat Blood 1 ear. I give the True Goat Blood 1.25 ears.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to wholeheartedly agree. Maybe Silence. Silence is the weakest name in the German Goat Blood. So please, how about Silence Smegma? That even has the alliteration. There we go. We should get all the Goat Bloods together and have a tour.
Oh my goodness, that'd be something else. I don't even know.
Who's playing Goat Blood? All of them, even the true one. All right, we didn't talk about the band photo. So they're standing in front of a pile of logs, and one has an axe, one has, what is that, like a walking stick, and the other has 2 bandoliers.
But the guy with the walking stick looks.
He's wearing chains.
He's wearing. But look at his face, man. Like what?
It looks like he's trying real hard to poop. Yeah, I agree with you with the ears. So at this point, we should move on.
All right.
To this one.
AXEBLADE.
AXEBLADE. All right. Let's see.
Oh boy.
I know the Italian heavy metalers AXEBLADE. You're going to love this one. Unleashed their self-titled debut via Witch's Brew, which unintentionally rhymes. Like I said, these were kind of getting old, so we had to get them out of the queue here. So, label is Witch's Brew. The band and the album are called AXEBLADE. Release date is April 25th, so it's already out. CD and digitals only, heavy metal from Italy. The band just released their that first band is getting into my head. The band just released their self-titled debut album via Witch's Brew. AXEBLADE. Wait, is it Axe's? Is it one word or 2? Because on the artwork it looks like 2. But here it's written as 1 word. Anyway, AXEBLADE from Italy brings together musicians from Phil Di Ferro, which something about Iron, Ruler, and Rapid Fire, which is a Judas Priest song. Rapid Fire, not Ruler and Rapid Fire. That would be a boring Judas Priest song. Or if, like, Rob Halford was a math teacher. Anyway, delivering a heavy metal record built on sharp riffs, driving bass lines, and Paola Goitra's unmistakable vocals. What does that mean? The album features 9 tracks that move confidently between fast-paced anthems and darker mid-tempo moments. This is a brilliant brew of heavy metal greatness, featuring the amazing vocals of Paola Di Ferro, plump bass lines by Paolo, former ruler rapid fire. That's got to be like a weird translation. Like in Italian, I bet plump doesn't sound as dumb.
Plump.
And shredding riffs, courtesy of Luca, aka Il Meggi, wrapped up in with solid drumming from Marco. Everyone gets a great like adjective, and then Marco is just the solid drummer.
And the passable drummer.
He's okay.
He's probably out of the band.
Fans of Powers Court, Velvet Viper, and Lady Beast will find a lot to appreciate here. I keep seeing this. Hit at least one well-known band. I'm sure these are big somewhere. You know, like maybe you sound very much like them. Throw in a Metallica.
Yeah.
Throw in a Morbid Angel or whatever. You know, just like I've never heard of any of these. That's all. The CD is available. No, the album is available now on CD and digitals. All right, that's it. So the album artwork looks like a low budget tarot card to me.
Okay. This is what the kids call a deep cut. It looks like when you go and talk to like Oberon in King's Quest 7.
Oh yes,
of course.
I get you.
Yeah, but like it's some airy, cloudy something, and there's a woman who looks to be angrily painting.
It looks like she was painting, and you came up and bothered her. She's like, "What do you want?"
And she's wielding a scythe and not an axe blade.
Right. Yeah. That's actually the only reason this is in here, because I noticed there's no axe.
And there's two skulls, and one of them has a weird white gap in the teeth.
Yeah. So if you look at the book also doesn't make sense. There's a book on the table that has like, it's most of a book, and then it's like they cut a bunch of the pages short. So they're not as tall as the rest of the book. And so that got me to wondering if this was AI generated, because the skull doesn't quite work and the book doesn't make sense.
I don't think so. I mean, it could be like a book stop.
It could be.
I like how serious everything is, but then she's got like a decorative pumpkin, a decorative flower.
Or is that an onion? Like, what is that?
Oh, a decorative onion.
It's a hand fruit for later. She just takes a bite out of the onion.
As one does.
Right. What, you don't eat onions?
I really like the band photo as well, because there's just, so like the first guy looks like he's part of like a Magic Mike. You know what I like?
Well, yeah, okay. Well, that's another reason I had to do this one. They're Italian. Why is he wearing a Union Jack shirt?
Yeah.
Why are his hands there?
Yeah, his hands should not be where they are.
Yeah, that's what makes it Magic Mike.
And then I think
wasn't that your nickname in high school?
Oh yeah, yeah. And then I think she's the vocalist. She
probably. Let me see.
Like really happy to be there, which I just find amusing. I don't know why. She's like, hey.
She is the vocalist. Yeah.
And then there's the third guy who looks kind of like more on point metal. Like he looks more stereotypically metal.
From what I can tell, he's the drummer, which surprises me because the thug there.
Well, he looks like a member of the Rat Pack. You know what I mean? Like,
I was thinking he was kind of like a lesser mafia guy.
Oh yeah, I mean, he's either a crooner or he's a hitman.
Right.
It could be both.
Boss says I gotta break your legs. I don't know why he's Southern all of a sudden.
The Texan Mafia. Nice.
I hear there's been some cattle wrestling.
You come here on the day of my daughter's wedding to ask me a favor. I don't know I don't even know if that was correct.
Yeah, this is probably close enough. All right. Well,
you come here on the day of my daughter's barbecue.
Get yourself some cornbread.
Get out of here. Take some cornbread.
All right. Well, despite all this, yes, my voice just cracked. I'm going with 1.11 ears because it's heavy. It's heavy metal, speed metal, whatever. Maybe it's awesome.
I think I'm the most curious about this, so I'll do 1.5.
All right, last one. I don't know what that word is, so
oh no!
I apologize ahead of time. South Africa's Dredge the LETHE, 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 unveil new album, Blood Metal. Dredge the LETHE return with their third full-length album, Blood Metal, written, recorded, and shaped entirely on their own terms. Based in South Africa, the band doesn't aim to follow trends or chase approval. Blood Metal is exactly what the name suggests. Which is, Mike, what the name suggests. You want to tell me what that is?
It's
wrong. It's an album carved out with everything they had left to give. That's not what I get from Blood Metal. I get like vampire.
Yeah. Okay. Musically,
the record pulls in from a lot of places. Interesting that they called it a record because that's like what old people do. Have you heard the new record? I mean, I say that from time to time, and I didn't even grow up in the time of records. The original time of records. Anyway, black metal, Swedish melodic death, thrash, and even the avant-garde. It's messy in the best way. Sharp, emotional, sometimes chaotic, but always grounded in their deep connection to the genre. And which genre is that? That's what I'm not sure about, because they just listed 5 of them.
I mean, it feels, based on what's here, I'm expecting it to be like Party Cannon.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's the whole promo. The album artwork is okay. So they use the font Parchment, and I hate it when bands just use a font, and especially when I can tell what font it is. So their band logo is just Parchment, in red with a I don't know what color, yellowish, beigeish stroke of about 2 pixels. Like I could whip this up in Photoshop in no time. The album title is bigger than the band name, which is odd too. It says Blood Metal at the bottom in an old Englishy font. Yeah, it's all old English episode apparently. And
T.
So I think the T doesn't quite. The T breaks the convention of everything else. Like if you look at the L, it's got some like decorations on top, but the T,
like a cowlick.
Yeah. Or like it's a plant just growing. Yeah, but the T is like a block letter, which doesn't must have gotten lazy developing this font by the end of the album. It was like fuck it,
fuck the T's.
Yeah, so this cover style would probably work on like Spotify where phone is this big, but they called it a record, so.
I still love the band.
The drawing is great. I love the drawing.
Yeah, there's some weirdness to it.
It is. Yeah, it's just real quick. It's a heart inside of a coffin, but there's and it's like cartoony or comic booky, but it's got like hoses attached to it, kind of like the Matrix or the Borg. And then there's also like green glowing syringes, pumping into it, and then there's like eyeballs in the coffin with it, like in some sort of like viscera. And there are chains outside of the coffin hanging like with various symbols
outside of the coffin too. It's like,
oh yeah, I didn't even notice all that.
Yeah, it's like gears and I don't know about gears, but it looks clockwork-ish.
Yeah, and it kind of reminds me of like mid-90s weird MTV late night stuff. Like after Beavis and Butthead, they'd put on weird shit.
And you know what? That makes the band photo make much more sense because they all look like MTV VJs. Don't they?
Yeah, they do. Well, except for the bassist, who looks like Silent Bob.
And he's wearing a Rage Against the Machine shirt.
I'm trying to see what these other shirts. Guy on the left forgot to open his eyes for the photo.
And the guy on the right.
Oh yeah.
This is a terrible photo.
Yeah, well, it's the best they could do. Give him a break.
It's terrible, but it's also awesome.
Well, based on the artwork, if they put that much work into the artwork, I like if they put as much effort into getting good artwork as they did into the music, it might end up being good with some like stuff I don't like Parchment, you know, but yeah, so I'm willing to give this 1.07 ears.
I'll give it an ear. Yeah. I mean, like, especially like going back through their discography, Dawn of the Black Sun, it's pretty cool. I'm curious about, I'm not overly impressed by what I see here, but I'm curious about what it is.
Yep. Well, there you have it. Metal Nation. If we were wrong, let us know. If we were right, let us know. If you want to talk about something else, let us know. Drop us a line. Maybe write a comment. If you really don't like us, I'd hate it if you hit the subscribe button.
Who's our winner? Who won?
I don't know. I wasn't keeping track.
Oh,
probably might be Dread. Wait. I gave the other band 1.1.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
it might be AXEBLADE. I think it was AXEBLADE. Congratulations.
I was about to start smacking my head because I couldn't think of where my other hand was.
By the way, this is, if you've listened this far, you deserve to know the answer to this philosophical question. Down to one hand clapping. There it is. All right. Until next time, Metal Nation, make sure your font isn't parchment.